What's up, everyone? It's been a minute. For those of you who've joined since I last posted, about 600 of you, thank you very much. I will be getting back to content creation, useful content creation, now come fall. So it's an exciting time. It's been a long time coming. I've been on my healing journey from my injury I sustained last year. I ruptured my Achilles tendon. It really does go off like a 22 long rifle. It sounds really gross. It's kind of nightmare fuel, but luckily we're beyond that. And I wouldn't say fully recovered. I'm able to run more than a mile now and ride the motorcycle, so that's really all that counts. With that being said, we're going to start off content creation again with one that's heavily requested, and that is oil analysis results. So it's been about a year and a half since I originally shot this video and found this metal particulate in the oil. And I'd be freaking out if not for your guys' expertise, and that is on wear-in, especially with the oil being used to lubricate the transmission as well. In this instance, there is going to be metal particulate, and that's why we have the filtration system that we do on the bike. But the beauty that the lab results kind of provided, the peace of mind rather that it provided, was that there was no metal particulate found in the oil sample, actually. The only thing was silicon, which was attributed to essentially just the bike being pretty new. And I actually have some additional samples to be sending off here now that the season's ended. And I've put a couple thousand more miles on the motorcycle, thankfully, this last summer since I've been healed. Just for your reference, this is my entire result, and these averages now feed into the Blackstone Laboratories database for this vehicle, for the LC8 engine. So happy to report a clean bill of health here, and I'll be sending in another sample, especially now that I'm considering tuning. And getting into that subject, I wanted to share kind of the plan here, and that is take lessons learned from this. And this is a 335 N54. It's a twin turbocharged BMW 2008. Nothing too fancy, but I've tuned this thing and it's been tuned for about 50,000 miles. And as you can see here from the commentary back on my results, it has come back with some fuel in the oil. I run ethanol on this in summers, as well as boost from about 9 psi all the way up to 22. So I've done quite a bit on this thing, and I like that it looks stock, but with the actual ECU tuning that you can do on this, it's more than just like a power commander in terms of tricking the vehicle to add more fuel. It's actually control of the turbochargers themselves, and of course all of the other engine parameters. So with that being said, these two samples did come back a little high in metal, in iron particularly, and that indicates some wear on the engine. It's kind of to be expected. I mean, these things came from factory with like 300 horsepower at the engine, and I did a virtual dyno on mine and ended up achieving about 523 at the engine after I was done playing around with it. But I've done all the maintenance on this myself, and that's kind of inspired me to be confident and pursue tuning the LC8 on the KTM 890R, especially that the 990 is now out. We have some solid competition, and so that's pretty much it. Of course, I'm going to be doing a breakdown on the X3 M40i as it kind of wear it in, but there's many other videos coming soon here, and that is the results of the quick shift and the chain adjustment that I had done this season, as well as preparation for tuning, first being another oil change and then a swap out to a full exhaust system from Aero with the SC Project S1 slip one there on the end. So overall, I mean, I'm trying to take all the lessons I've learned from monitoring health in terms of the ability to read the ECU here, which I mentioned I had done so with Carly and showed you guys how to do so in another video, but also sending in oil and from there getting a full picture of health as we make modifications so that we can push the performance of everything and try to avoid grenading of engines. I have no doubt that it will happen to me eventually, as it does everyone, and that's the price you pay for being addicted to octane. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and let me know if you have performed any analysis on your oil, LC8 or otherwise, and look forward to talking to you in the next video. Take care.